Hey, good morning and happy Friday to you. Hopefully it's been a wonderful week as you wrap it up. Although for some people, you still work into the weekend. So either way, hope it's a good one for you. This is David, where I talk about what I call balancing the triad, body, mind, and spirit. You work on those three elements and they thus improve your health, wellness, and fitness in every aspect of your life. So yes, I am early today, about an hour, not quite an hour earlier. And actually, I thought I was going to be earlier than this, but the way the training session went this morning, everything else, I got things I got to do and go. So here we are. So question for you is, where is your real strength? Now, strength can mean a wide variety of things. You got definitely physical strength, which means you're able to move or lift heavy things. We got the idea of mental strength, being able to go through and figure out, maybe understand new concepts very quickly. Strength of spirit, sometimes it's your faith to endure the different challenges that goes on, and everything else in between. I'm sure you've been able to have some people who's, for whatever reason, they got certain conditions or been accidents, so their body is constantly in pain. And probably sometimes it's pain that you and I would be agonizing over, but yet they somehow tolerate and seem to live a fairly normal life. You got those that mentally either seem to figure things out very quickly, always come up with new ideas, their brain's always going, they're figuring things out, they're coming with new stuff. I mean, sometimes it just goes. And again, faith, you either got the connection with yourself, miraculous things seem to happen to them on a regular basis, and all the above. So, what is strength? What I have come to figure out is that since we are talking about balancing the triad of body, mind, spirit, it's actually those three elements together. When you combine those three aspects together, that's where our true strength comes in. I also think about the original story of the Shaolin monks. The monks were literally just meditating. That's all they did. So they had very frail bodies. And if I also remember right, they were sick on a regular basis till someone came along, and forgive me if for some reason I cannot remember the name, came through and taught them the disciplines of the body. Therefore, that's where they combine the Kung Fu, and that's why they got the feats that they can today. But think about that. How often, what are the times in your life, maybe it's now, maybe it's in your past, where everything just flowed for you, everything now, and there's a good chance you were healthy, your health was good, for whatever reason, you were fit, you moved along, you had energy, you had good rest, your mind was clear, you figured things out, you got things done, you took care of it, and you had a good connection, and spiritually, you had a connection with yourself, you had a connection with people around you, and your environment, and or higher power. Think about those three elements together. Think about a time in your life when those three were there. And you probably can find out that's sometimes when that's where your real strength, your true strength came in at. And that's what that's one of the definite things I found out is working on your body, mind, spirit helps out with your health, wellness, fitness, absolutely. And yet one of the other effects of that is it can give you resilience to handle the different challenges that life throws at you. That's one of the true things when I started this, I started again, was after dealing with cancer. When I realized that I dealt with suicidal thoughts, but yet the body, mind, and spirit, baby steps, helped me clear it out. When I was supposed to go in for a simple biopsy, yet it woke up in ICU, and my reaction was, yeah, okay. It wasn't that big of a deal. When I went back a week later, got a cancer diagnosis, yeah, okay, knew it was coming. Went back a week later, 8-hour surgery, several days in the hospital. A couple weeks later, the follow-up, when they hit a nerve and passed out in a couple of seizures, everything was no big deal. But it was that time there I actually realized the true power of body, mind, spirit. Yes, it can go through, and it took me a while as I've talked about many of the videos here, it took me 15 years from the time I actually started to the time I figured out that I was working those three aspects, which is why I had very little stress. Got better over the years, yeah. Didn't stress, I handled things pretty well. I was physically fit, I had energy, I slept, handled things calmly. All those aspects there. I hardly ever got sick. All those aspects there can be kind of knocked on the physical aspect of a lot of times we think of health, but we're talking about physical health, mental health, spiritual health, all three elements. Same thing with fitness. Physical, mental, spiritual fitness, spiritual, mental, physical wellness, all the aspects together. But it's when you can get those three elements together in whatever capacity you can do. Now, there's times you may have a debilitating disease to where your body is literally wasting away, but yet you're still around. Now, there's times where your mind and your spirit might overtake those and force your body to keep going on. Now, those there, I know, matter of fact, I had an uncle that, he lasted much longer than what he probably could have because of he had a strong mind, he had a strong faith, but also because of the care he got, at least to take care of his body. I'm sure you've also come across people that have had other situations like that to where they just, you're trying to figure out how they survived on. Either they got a lot mentally. I mean, another tangent here. Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning, dealing with the concentration camps. Physically, they endured so much, but mentally, spiritually, but yet those three elements of whatever they could together intertwined. For some people survived, and some people didn't. Like, and that's not. I'm not saying that just because you worked in the 3 months. That, I mean, the atrocities went on there. But if you ever read that book, the first half of it is about his time in the concentration camps. The second half is about the what he took with that information and utilized it to his practices. So, but yeah, it's not to say that you can work on those 3 elements and thus you're going to survive. I know there's much more involved in that. But yet for those that did survive, it's working those different 3 elements in different ways, whatever capacity you can. It's working on whatever you can, the body, mind, spirit, because that is who we are as a whole. And you've heard me mention many times, a spiritual being in a physical body, and the mind connects the 2 together. So when you work on those 3 elements, for me, I feel like it makes us a whole person, and that's when we can do incredible things for ourselves and within our lives and help others. So it doesn't mean you have to go get a PhD. It doesn't mean you have to go do a professional athlete or become a monk on a mountainside. You take each of those elements that work for you and to fit in your life and play with them. Figure out, okay, I like this. Okay, I don't like this one here. Play with it until they work in and they blend together. And suddenly you're going to have, whoa, life goes well pretty good. You can figure things out. Things go along pretty well. I like this. That's what I got for you. Have yourself a wonderful weekend. And if you would like some help on getting yourself started on balancing your triad, in the description, there's a link to my Facebook group where there's a free training there, Health and Wellness Your Way 2.0. I just recently redid it not too long ago. So it's been revamped. Go in there and it'll get the thought process going so you can figure out what it is you want, where do you want to go, where you're at now, how you're going to get there, and even some of the different aspects along the way. All right. Have yourself a wonderful weekend. We'll catch you on Monday. Take care and balancing to you. Bye-bye.